They think you're weak because you're quiet. They think your stillness means surrender. They see your silence and assume you've given up. But let them believe that. Because while they're watching for noise, you're preparing in silence. While they're talking, you're studying. While they're bragging, you're building. And when it's time, you won't announce it. You'll simply arrive, unstoppable, because silence isn't weakness. It's a strategy, and it's one that never fails when you understand the power in it. You've learned something most people never do, that not every battle requires your sword, that not every insult needs a response, that the most dangerous move you can make is the one you don't telegraph. You've been underestimated, ignored, laughed at, because they assumed that people who speak less have less to offer. But while they were making noise, you were making moves. They didn't notice the fire behind your eyes, the steady breath in your chest, the calm in your hands, because they were too distracted by their own echo. And that's exactly what you wanted. There is power in silence, a power that can't be measured in volume, a force that doesn't need to shout to be felt. Silence is control. Silence is awareness. Silence is the calm before the storm. And you are the storm. Because while they're explaining themselves to anyone who will listen, you're learning how to walk into rooms and change the atmosphere without saying a word. You don't have to defend yourself anymore. You don't need to explain your value. You don't owe anyone a justification for your focus, your grind, or your boundaries. Your results will speak. Your presence will speak. Your discipline will scream in a language only real power understands. People underestimate what they don't understand, and they don't understand you. Because you've chosen to stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You've learned that peace is more valuable than attention, that patience is more powerful than pride, that staying silent in the face of chaos isn't fear, it's focus. And while they play games for validation, you're building something sacred. While they chase clout, you chase clarity. While they burn out, proving they're important, you burn within, unseen, but rising. See, silence is where transformation begins, in the quiet moments, in the stillness, in the long nights where no one claps, no one calls, no one cares. That's where your power was born, not in the applause, but in the absence of it, not in what you said, but in what you chose not to say. Because what they don't know is that silence, it sharpens, it focuses, it clears the noise so you can hear your own voice again. Not theirs, not the critics, not the doubters, just you. Raw, unfiltered, unbreakable. Let them mock your silence. Let them assume you're finished. Let them mistake your calm for quitting. Because when it's time, you'll show up with so much force, so much precision, so much certainty. They'll think you came out of nowhere, but you didn't. You came from the dark, from the grind, from the discipline, from the pain they never saw because you never needed to show it. You were busy healing, busy evolving, busy becoming. And now you don't want revenge. You want results. You want to walk past them, not to prove a point, but to prove you never needed to say one in the first place. The strongest person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who doesn't flinch when things get real. It's the one who's already prepared, the one who doesn't need permission to execute, and that's you now. You're not playing checkers anymore, you're playing chess. Moves calculated, reactions controlled, energy conserved, and that's why they can't understand you, because they can't predict you. You're not broadcasting your insecurities, you're weaponizing your patience. That's the strategy. You don't rise by explaining yourself, you rise by mastering yourself. You don't win by arguing with noise. You win by becoming so grounded, so secure, so locked in, that nothing outside of you controls your next move. And when they realize you were never silent out of fear, but out of focus, they'll feel it. They'll feel it when the door they shut in your face now leads to your empire. They'll feel it when your name is spoken in rooms they can't even enter. They'll feel it when you walk past without a glance. Not because you're cold, but because you've outgrown every version of yourself that needed to be understood by them. So stay silent. Stay strategic. Let them think they've won. Let them talk. Because while they're talking, you're transforming. And when the day comes, when your work is undeniable, when your energy is untouchable, when your glow is louder than any words you could have said, that's when they'll realize you weren't quiet because you were weak. You were quiet because you were dangerous. You were thinking 10 moves ahead. So next time they question your silence, smile. Because lions don't need to roar to remind the jungle who they are. They just move. Calm, precise, lethal. And you're no longer here to be seen. You're here to be felt. You're not here to make noise. You're here to make impact. And in this world of distractions, that makes you unstoppable. Because silence isn't weakness. It's the strategy of the undefeated.